TV right now. We are at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center in the donor pavilion, and I am going to donate blood. And as I donate blood, we're also going to talk about a new piece of technology that kind of makes the whole donation process simpler and easier. It's new technology. And one of the people that's going to talk us through this is my friend Sal Castaneda.
Yes.
I said the name right, Sal.
Perfect, actually.
All right. First challenge is done. So, all right, you want me to sit down and we're going to do this thing?
Definitely. So now we're going to take a look at your arm and see what we're working with.
All right.
And then go ahead and relax your arm like so.
All right.
And we'll get you a grip.
All right. So this is an interesting idea, and I know that there's a big need for blood donations right now. And so I said, what can we do that's different than what we've done before? And I said, has anybody ever given blood live on TV? So this is the entire process. I've already been screened. They've taken my blood pressure. They took the iron level. They've done all these things.
Thank you.
Sal, just interrupt me if I'm talking.
You're good.
And you need me to do something.
No, take it away.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Lift up your arm slightly.
Okay.
Thank you. And does that feel okay?
Feels great.
So I'm going to bring up the cuff.
Okay.
Do me a small favor. Squeeze on and off repeatedly. On and off, on and off. Now hold tight. Don't let go. Bring your arm. Relax.
All right, we're going to try not to show the needle all that closely, but I don't think we're that close to him actually doing the deal here yet. So what I'm very happy about, though, is it looks like there are a lot of people here who are donating today, which is good, including some San Antonio police officers that I saw earlier. So that's also a good thing. And before we get too far into this whole thing, I want to thank Andrew Wilson, who is the cameraman behind this whole thing. So appreciate you, Andrew, being part of this. And if your arm gets tired, just yell at me and I'll take it over.
And what is your first and last name?
Steve Spriester,
Thank you. And your date of birth?
4867.
Thank you. And then arm? No.
And of course, somebody's calling me right now, so. All right, Sal, so once we get going here, I want you to talk about this technology that we're using today. It's different.
Yes, sir. So apheresis is basically the process of separating the blood into its components, red cells, platelets, and plasma. Now, everybody's blood is special, but certain components of your blood are a bit more special than others. So, for example, if I were to be O negative, my red blood cells are universal. If I was AB negative or AB positive, my plasma is universal. So what we want to do is concentrate on your particular component that's most helpful for the community and just basically isolate that component. And the actual machine does that not only in an effective manner, but in a fast manner. So not only does the recipient get a good product, but also you have a safe donation.
Yeah, and this is called the ALEC machine. Am I saying that right?
The Alex machine.
The ALEC machine. And so I want you to explain what's different about the ALEC machine once we get going.
Perfect.
I'll let you get the process going. We got time here. We got nothing but time. Did I mention I have new glasses? Did you notice that? I have new glasses. We're at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center. I said it off the top. We're in the donor pavilion here. And usually these ALEC machines that we're using are usually on the vans that come out for some of the blood donor programs on the road, and the big buses that you see. They're equipped with these new ALEC machines that make the whole process quicker and easier. I'm not sure how that's done, but Sal knows.
Says he's going to donate blood at Memorial High School.
Aaron Campos is? Aaron, thank you. Memorial High School. Appreciate that.
You got 50-50.
New shoes, new glasses. Not just for blood donation, but happen to work out that way.
Repeatedly. It's going to mark your weight, okay? Hold tight. Don't let go. Relax. Perfect. Got last time. Squeeze and hold. Sorry.
Okay. I've just been squeezing and holding the whole time.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Just marking
There we go. Last strip. And to your knowledge, are you sensitive to the chlorhexidine scrub we used to clean?
I am not.
Wonderful. So clean the area, okay?
Sal, are you at all worried that with these massive guns that I may break a needle?
Come again?
Are you worried with these massive guns that I may break a needle? Are you worried?
No. You're pretty sold yourself, but we want to make sure that
Okay. All right.
if it was risky, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, I know it. I'm just kidding, just joking
You're
around.
good.
The only thing we don't do is show the actual stick
Yep,
going-
yep.
I knew you knew that, but I just had to come and say it.
That's Francine Pena, by the way, who's telling us what we can and can't do.
Just blur it.
Yeah, we need some direction, so I'm glad she's here. I asked him if he was worried with these massive guns if I'd break a needle, but
That could happen. Just don't flex.
Francine just rolled her eyes, so if you're wondering.
It'll be a faster collection. Just
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna let this dry now, okay?
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Aaron said he's donated in the past. He's always donated.
Good. Thank you, Aaron. So before we came in here for the actual donation, they took my blood pressure, they took my iron level, a bunch of pre-tests and a questionnaire just to make sure everything was fine. And I'm ready when you are.
Perfect. So I'm
Okay.
about to bring this up.
Okay.
Give me a small
He's getting it.
Squeeze on and off repeatedly, on and off, on and off.
Okay.
Now hold tight. Do not let go. Okay, hold it.
Now, like what Francine said, we are not going to show the needle being inserted. But, I mean, I've given blood before, so I know it's really no big deal. As a matter of fact, it's probably one of the easiest parts of the entire process. And actually, as I was just talking, I could tell the needle went in, and it was no big deal. Just a little prick. Very, very easy. And I actually think with the new Alex machines, it's even easier than it was before with these needles. Is that correct, Sal?
It's actually a smaller needle. So whenever you're doing an Alex procedure, not only are we drawing blood, we're actually giving you some of your components back. Because of that, it's a smaller needle, so we want to give you a more controlled return. So it's a way smaller needle, so you don't get as much scar tissue and it doesn't hurt as much. So
Yeah.
I prefer doing it myself.
Way smaller needle.
Yes.
Love that. So, are we all going here?
You're flowing perfectly.
Okay, so talk about the Alex machine and the new technology, what it means for South Texas Blood and Tissue, and how it makes it easier for people that may want to donate.
So just a quick, I'm just going to heat you this up and I'll
Yeah,
get right.
yeah. Francine, yeah, this is Francine Pena with the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center. There is a big need right now for blood donations. Talk about that.
So during the holiday time period, when people are out celebrating, schools are out, people are on vacation, they're not coming out and donating, but the need for blood doesn't take a vacation. So there's always the need. So we still need donors to come out, and the best gift you can give is the gift of life, which is your blood donation.
And it seems like exactly what I was thinking. I mean, we're in the holiday season, and what better gift to give than blood?
Right. It's the kindness of someone to come and just donate your blood, knowing that you could save up to 3 lives.
Talk about how that works when you say you could save up to 3 lives.
So we say that you can save up to 3 lives because when you make a blood donation, it's broken up into 3 components, which is your plasma, your red blood cells, and your platelets. So those 3 components could potentially go up to 3 different patients in need. And depending on what the patient needs for, they might need something different, whether it's red blood cells, platelets, or plasma.
There's also, obviously in trauma type situations, blood is needed. But there's other situations that people may not think about where blood is just so vital.
The highest percentage of blood, it's more than 25% of the blood, is used on cancer patients. So people that are undergoing chemotherapy and need to receive maybe platelets in order to get their platelet count high enough in order to continue on with their treatment. So that's really what the most of the blood is used for.
Right. So cancer patients, even sometimes in childbirth, things like that.
Right. Also, people might not realize that during childbirth, labor and delivery, women often need blood. It's 1 in every 87 women need blood during childbirth.
Yeah.
And
the people want to know if they want to come, like the guidelines if they need to know?
So,
On your website?
sure. If you go to our website, you will find a list of medications on there. You can also call us at any time, 210-731-5590. We have nurses that will answer the phone and be able to tell you if you can and can't qualify. As Steve knows, you fill out a donor doc, asks you a few simple questions. You do that the day that you come in. You can do it in advance to save some time. We do a very simple health screening to make sure you feel healthy and well, and then you can donate.
And a lot of people think, gosh, this is going to take me so much time. And, I mean, we got here, 2:08, I think I checked in. And here we are, it's 2:40. And, we're well on our way to being done. I mean, usually an hour or so, would you say, is what it takes to donate?
So we tell people it takes anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what you're donating. So that's 15 minutes for your donor doc, 15 minutes for your health screening, and then 15 minutes for the actual donation process. Now, it does depend on what you're donating. And so, like Sal, what is he donating today?
So he's doing an Alex DRBC. So the procedure itself takes around 25 minutes, but also depending on your history, some of the questions we have to assess a little bit longer, maybe like travel, medications. But the thing that takes the least amount of time, honestly, is the actual donation of blood. A lot of people feel they're going to be on the bed for a long time. Certain procedures can, but whole blood, maybe then 12 minutes. DRBCs like this, 25 minutes. So again, the longer part maybe like the screening process.
Yeah, there are, and I'm glad Andrew asked that question that we've been getting from some of the people that are watching this live is, how do I know if I'm eligible to donate? You can do that from your house. I mean, that's what you're saying basically.
Right. There's right on the homepage of our website, there's an Am I eligible? Are you eligible button. You can go there, but really easy, just call and find out. Ask us any questions you might have.
Yeah, sounds great. All right, I want to talk about the Alex machine now. Are you ready, Sal?
Yes, sir.
Francine's tired of talking to me anyway.
It's okay.
So talk about the Alex machine and what makes it different from a normal machine that you guys use. And I understand it's just on the buses that go around.
So overall, this machine, of course, encompasses apheresis, the separation of blood, and other instruments that do the same thing. But for this particular instrument, not only can we collect, for example, 2 units of red cells, we can do a unit of red cells and a unit of plasma, but also plasma alone. As I mentioned earlier, depending on your blood type, that specific component might be more useful depending on your blood type. So let's say if you're AB negative, well, we can do a lot of plasma, and your plasma is going to be helping a lot more people. Whereas, let's say with a regular instrument, yes, we can maybe do 2 units of red cells, but now we're going to really trickle down to your blood type, so it's not as useful.
And remind me again what we're doing today.
You're doing the Alex DRBC. They are basically a double red cell unit. So you're doing 2 units of red cells today.
Great.
Correct.
And my blood type is O.
You can say your blood. I can't say your blood type.
I think it's O.
It's
O negative. He's O positive. I don't know what it is.
So I
Okay.
can't say your blood type, but
Okay.
you have a really, really good blood type.
Okay.
Let's leave it at that.
I know it's O something. And that's so, I mean, that's the thing. He's like, you don't even need to know your blood type to come down here and donate.
Yeah,
so
exactly. A lot of the times people feel that, well, I don't have a red blood type, I shouldn't be giving blood. No, that means that if you have a really common blood type, it means that your blood type isn't that much need. If you're O positive, a larger population is O positive, meaning you need more O positive donors to come in. So being rare isn't always a good thing. Being a common blood type is perfectly fine. We need all the blood that we can get.
what makes this so much easier, the Alex machine?
The Alex machine, it comes down to the actual process that once we separate the blood here, it goes to a lab to get tested, and it's already separated. It's almost ready to be transfused. Whereas a regular collection, let's say like whole blood, not only do we have to take your blood, get it done for testing, we still have to do the separation process, and it's a little bit less usable components.
And then for the people that are donating, I mean, smaller needle.
Yes.
It like I said, literally, it's like
Smaller
a
needle.
pinprick.
And the other big benefit to an Alex DRBC procedure is that you're actually getting saline back. In fact, you're getting some right now. If you notice, the line is not as dark as it was before, because right now you're actually getting a return back. You're getting some saline back, meaning that whenever you're finished with your donation, you technically haven't lost any volume. We refresh you with saline, so you maybe don't feel as dizzy or lightheaded compared to regular collections. We actually rehydrate you after your collection.
Awesome.
So in fact, I'm gonna check your site real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I just noticed that. You see, and you can see even now how it's even lighter now than it was before. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Stinging, pain, anything?
No, everything's
Wonderful.
great.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
What about the time it takes, Sal? Does it take more or less time compared to some of our other pieces of equipment?
It takes less time. So
The Alex machine takes less
yes.
time.
So currently a DRVC collection on an 8150 instrument takes around 40 to 45 minutes. Again, this one on average we're seeing a 25 to 27 minute, and a platelet collection takes maybe around an hour and a half to 2 hours. But platelets are really, really helpful. So if you have the time, we highly encourage you to donate platelets. If you're a little bit shorter on time, by all means, do the Alex procedure.
Yeah.
And if
How
you're,
long does, look at me, I'm learning
No,
too.
I love this.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
ask these questions, Francine.
How long does it take to donate platelets on the Alex machine?
So currently, the Alex machine does not do platelets. It specializes in red blood cells and plasma. And depending, let's say if we're doing plasma, it's going to be really depend on your volume. So let's say if you're a smaller donor, you won't be able to do as much volume. But if you're maybe like a donor with a bit more mass, you could do a bit more volume.
Now, when we're talking about donors, we're talking about blood donors, but I also want to point out, and I know this because I hosted the Red and White Gala this year, that these Alex machines were made possible by donors to the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center. They are the ones that actually helped with this technology upgrade. Am I saying that right? In this whole thing. And so without those donations, this doesn't happen. And like I said, it's easier, it's quicker. I am definitely feeling something going on in my body with this saline thing going on right now. So
Typically, whenever you donate blood, your body tends to get a little bit hotter just to compensate. The saline that's going back into you, it's room temperature. So again, not only are we basically rehydrating you, but we're also basically refreshing you with colder saline, so the likelihood of a reaction is also a little bit lower.
yeah, and I have to. I said in my social media post, I've given blood before, but I've never done it live. So this is an interesting. I've never had a side effect. I've never had a problem with it. But you know, when you donate, you just never know what's going to happen.
How are you feeling now?
I feel fine. I can feel a little tingling though. I think from the saline
Okay.
going back into my body. But I feel fine. And actually, I mean, when you said that was the first
That's a second draw now.
second draw.
So it automatically knows. So another highlight about this machine is that for whenever it's drawing blood, it basically gives your vein a rating. How good of a vein do you have? And it automatically detects should I have a higher return, a lower return, no return, or a higher draw, no draw. Basically, it adapts the collection to you. Instead of having a staff member have to manually move everything, it automatically knows when to make sure it takes over and takes care of you during the entire collection.
Yeah. So how would you rate my? So what's it say about my vein?
You've actually had a 95 to 100 the whole time. It hasn't dropped at all.
All right. Now, see, what I really want is I want Adam Caskey to see this back at the station. Caskey, 95 to 100 on my vein. Okay. Beat that.
Alert in one, so, yeah. There's certain actions where it maybe like erases the cup or stuff like that, but yours is just perfectly
See,
fine.
this is all stuff that I didn't get the times before when I went through, is like rating your vein and like the saline coming back into your system and things like that.
And then again, this is only available, of course, in automated collections, and then the Alex one is the one that specifically just controls your collection. Yes, you're gonna have staff members, monitoring you, making sure that your vein is fine, but you have that added layer of protection that hey, the system is entirely thinking about you.
And okay, I want to point out that the Alex system is not normally in the donor pavilion. They did it today for me so I could show off the new technology that they have and experience it firsthand. It is in the buses that go around, in the mobile units that go around. That's where the Alex machines are.
And we have community blood drives all around San Antonio and the surrounding area, so they can go to our website, find out where one of our blood mobiles is going to be, and experience the Alex machine.
Can you just show up if you want to?
At a blood drive? And
Or at the donor pavilion?
Sure, yeah. Right now, because of the decrease in number of donors that we're seeing because of the holidays, yes, we are accepting walk-ins.
Yeah, great. And so you can just show up. You don't need an appointment. They want you to come here. All of those good things.
Something that you mentioned earlier, my apologies, is that from the Red and White Vault, thanks to the gracious donations, we're eventually going to transition to having the Alex machines in our inside setups, not only the buses. So that couldn't have been possible at all with the kindness of the Red and White Vault.
Yeah, and it makes sense to have it in the mobile units first, I'm guessing, because you do such a volume there, and to get people in and out quicker is more important perhaps there than it is here.
You're correct, yes. And then in here in the actual fixed sets, we have the Prima instruments, but the Alex machines are specifically going to be in our mobile locations, either in a bus or maybe we'll go to like a place of business, a school, university, whatever it may be.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. And for you, the faster it goes, the more people can donate blood.
Definitely so. So like I mentioned earlier, for a regular DRBC and the other instrument, 45 minutes on one machine, maybe like one collection. If we're pushing, 25 minutes, we can really get two collections in 1 hour. So you're doing twice the numbers per instrument compared to previous instruments.
All right. So Francine, let's separate some fact from fiction here.
Okay.
What are the biggest misconceptions when it comes to donating blood?
The most people don't donate blood because they haven't been asked. So I'm asking right now.
And I'm asking, and Sal's asking.
As well.
Yeah.
The second thing is that people are afraid of needles. I'm a donor. I don't like needles, and it doesn't hurt. What do you think?
You saw me talking as they were putting the needle in. I didn't hardly feel it. And there was part of me that was like, okay, am I gonna, what's this gonna feel like with the new Alex machine? It's the guns. Did you hear that? Yeah. Thanks, Sal. Sal's my PR guy here, by the way. But that's the thing, is that you don't feel it. I didn't, and I just didn't know. There also seems to be fear of the unknown, and so I think that's what I'm trying to maybe get through today, is that there's nothing, we're not hiding anything except for the needle going in, which obviously some people don't want to see that, and something we don't want to show. We're not hiding anything in this process.
Right, we're not hiding anything. It's pretty simple. What I like to tell people is if you've never donated, try it one time. You'll realize that it's not scary, really not painful, and hopefully you'll become a routine donor. Is that you can donate every 56 days, 8 weeks. So if you come out once, we want to ask you to come back again.
And I on my Facebook page, I posted that we were going to be doing this, and somebody got on there and said, "Thank you, I'm battling leukemia, and I appreciate that you're giving blood." A lot of people may not realize the whole cancer link to this whole thing, and people that wish they could give blood that can't. So if you are blessed enough to be able to give blood, it's much needed.
Yeah, they say only 3% of the U.S. population donates blood, yet 1 in every 4 persons needs blood. And so we're trying to create that balance of more people donating, because the likelihood of you knowing someone that is going to need blood in their lifetime is pretty high.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've had people in my family need blood as well, so it's I'm very close to the mission. That's why I show up and do what I want. Again, not only because I want to help others, but because I've been helped myself.
Yeah, and that's when you said 1 in 4 people are going to need blood. My wife has needed blood in certain situations, and that's how I started with the donation. Is when she needed a blood transfusion. I think it really brought home to me just how important this entire process is, and that something so simple can save lives. It is true. Not only can it save lives, it does save lives. So.
Yeah, you're doing good. I was asking him how much longer you have, and you're way past the halfway mark, so you're doing great.
Okay, good. Yeah. So this is a part where I can take a nap. So watch me sleep here. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Back to your question regarding maybe like myths or misconceptions. Yeah. One of the ones that I've seen a lot in the field is that people show up fasted. We want you to have a full meal when you show up. It's not like your Sam's Labs like that. We want you to show up with a full meal, lots of fluids, because we want to make sure that you have a good experience.
Yeah. Why is that? Why is it important? Because if not, the side effects can be worse, or
basically you're putting yourself at a high risk of maybe like a side effect like dizziness, lightheadedness, and reason being is that you're going to be losing a lot more fluids than just regular tubes. Typically, when you go to the doctor, maybe 5-10 tubes at the top, so you're going to be doing a lot more blood. So we want to make sure that you just have a good experience for the amount of blood you're giving.
So after I'm done with this process, what precautions do I need to take?
So basically, we're going to encourage you to just take it easy the rest of the day. Don't lift anything too heavy or something too extraneous for the next 6 hours. Leave the bandage on of course, for at least 4 hours. If you happen to smoke, don't smoke for the next 30 minutes. And lastly, for the next 24 to 48 hours, increase your fluids, but without alcohol and caffeine.
Yeah. No alcohol, no caffeine for 24 to 48 hours.
We recommend you avoid it.
Yeah.
And no working out, Steve.
That's not
It's
a
gonna be
problem.
hard. That's gonna be, you're like, take it out.
I was going to say that's not a problem. I appreciate you saying that, Francine.
Well, you mentioned
but
your
yeah,
guns.
yeah. Well, that was more of a joke. I don't know if I'd even call them guns, but that's more of a joke than anything else. But that was, yeah. And by the way, the saline's going back in, as you can tell.
Correct. So right now, another change. Before with previous instruments, we draw your blood, return your blood, draw your blood, return your blood. Right now, not only is it draw, it's giving you back your blood, but whatever blood was remaining inside the chamber, it's all still being separated. And that is why it's so much faster. That not only can we collect your blood, we can still separate it as we're giving you your blood back. With previous instances, it was an all or nothing. We either separate your blood or give you blood back and draw blood.
Yeah, and so it's also speeds up the process for you guys.
Correct.
Once the blood leaves this pavilion.
Correct. We all work in coordination. Not only do we collect the blood, we work with our laboratory. Hello, we're going to have X amount of blood, be delivered at this time. With them, they work with hospital services. Hello, hospitals, what blood do you need? And basically that's the cycle that we live in. Recruiting, they find the donors, we show up to the location, donors show up, we draw their blood, work with components, hospital service. Basically, it's all full circle. And again, and the community is really what drives the wheel. Because without the community, there wouldn't be any of the four pillars.
Today, where are we with our blood supply in San Antonio, South Texas?
So we average about a 2-day supply pretty much consistently. And what we're trying to do is rebuild our blood supply. So we need about 600 donors to come in a day. That's enough for us to be able to rebuild that blood supply and also provide for patients in need. And so that's how many donors we need. And for type O blood, we're at a day, less than a day on average. And so if you have type O blood, we highly encourage people to come in. If you don't know what your blood type is, come out and donate so we can let you know.
Yeah, and why is it, when you're talking about a day or not even a day, you're talking about blood supply that you're basically, right on the edge here of what you need, correct?
That's correct. And so basically whatever comes in automatically goes out, and that's why we hover around that 2-day can save lives, and so we like to stay at that 6-day level.
I get when things happen, when tragedies happen, people tend to give blood. And so I'm hoping the message is right now, thank God nothing has happened. We're not in a tragic situation. It's just as important, though, to give blood now as it is in those situations.
I think most people think of tragedies when they think about the need for blood, but there are people that need blood every day outside of those tragedies.
Yeah. Sal, what message would you have for somebody who's watching this either live or sees it later on the various social medias or on TV? What's your message for people?
Honestly, as straightforward as it is, just give it a try. I know that it sounds silly, but a lot of the times you won't necessarily know the impact that you have until you give it a try. A lot of the times whenever we go to blood drives, somebody tells me, well, thanks to you, my daughter's alive. And that's something that it's really powerful because you don't really get to hear that often. And especially like those, you necessarily didn't meet the daughter or the person who needed blood, but it took a lot for that person to really reveal something so personal to you, and your part is there, you're collecting the blood. On the side of a donor, you don't necessarily know who you're helping, but just the fact alone that there's somebody out there who's grateful for your small act of kindness really goes a long way.
Yeah. Francine, what would you say to somebody who's out there who's just thinking about it?
There's really a human element to it. And so fortunately, or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, I have been able to meet some of those patients, and that's why it is so important to donate blood. I also like to challenge myself, so I make it a goal to donate 4 times a year. And so I'm like, okay, it's time for me to donate again, and so that way I can get up to my 4 times a year. So make it a fun challenge. Challenge a friend, come with someone else that's already donated, and just give back to the community.
And I met donors who have these pins with like how much blood that they've given and how proud they are of the fact that they have these pins that show I've given X amount of gallons of blood.
So when you donate whole blood, or your regular blood donation, every 4 times you donate equals 1 gallon. And so after 4 donations, you could say I've donated 1 gallon, and I guess you could say you've saved 12 people's lives.
Yeah, that's amazing
That
that
is
you
amazing.
that you have that power to save lives. Yeah, it's an amazing thing, and I just want to thank both of you for what you do here.
Honestly, thank you for your donation.
What did you realize just how important this was before you started here?
No, actually, it's a really funny story, but I actually applied to the wrong department. I was supposed to be at the actual laboratory. When it comes to orientation, that's when I realized that I was the wrong department. You have to wait at least 6 months before you can transfer, but I was here for 6 months and I was able to interact with donors. And that's what allowed me to stay and just get more stories and just really get out of my shell. So I just enjoy what I do and I see the impact now.
Yeah. Did you, Francine, realize?
I didn't realize the impact that our donors make, and so it's very easy to be very passionate about what you do when you can say you're saving lives.
Yeah. All right, where are we in the process right now?
Actually, done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah, so right now, basically what it's doing is that whatever remaining saline, it's going to rinse the line, basically get all those additional red cells back into you, just because we don't want to collect too much blood, everything's perfectly fine. Once the line is fully cleared, I get to remove the needle, and you're good to go. But while you're gone, the machine is actually, again, still separating the blood. It's filtering the blood. So again, it really shortens the time for the donor because you don't have to be here for the filtering. You're not really interested in the filtering. I just got to give your components back, say thank you, get your snack, and you should be good to go.
Yeah,
And
love
it
it.
is goodies.
His goodies, of course, yes.
Yeah, oh goodies. Yeah, I don't need any goodies.
Well, you'll get your points for our rewards store.
Okay, yeah.
And so your points can be redeemed for e-gift cards, which are perfect in time for the holidays.
Awesome.
And you're gonna get a really cool T-shirt that says "Don't be a Grinch, donate blood."
All right, I love it, and I really want to challenge people who are out there watching this. Like I said, whether they're watching it live on our YouTube TV channel or they're watching on one of our social medias, this is a time to get out. There's no greater gift you can give in the holidays than saving lives, and hopefully we've demonstrated just how easy it is to do that. Sal, when you're ready, you can go ahead and do your.
Right now,
Do
it's
your
just
thing.
basically giving you the remainder of your components, just your plasma. Again, we're only focused on your red cells. We're only focused on your red cells. The rest is going back to you. So you technically really didn't lose a lot of fluid because we filled you with saline and everything's good to go. So you're
Yeah.
positive fluid.
Yeah,
May I?
yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
So anyway, that's the challenge, is for people to come out and give the gift of blood, give the gift of life, really, in this whole holiday season. When you think of, what do you get somebody who has everything? How about a blood donation in their name would also be a good idea. So I just think there's so many different ways that what they do at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center is so important to our community. And again, it's not just San Antonio. Francine, talk a little bit about that. How many different communities are served by the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center?
So we service 48 counties in Texas, which is about 22% of Texas. So like I mentioned, we have 9 fixed sites, but we have community blood drives all throughout South Texas.
Yeah. And so, we're talking from where to where? You told me you were in Del Rio the other day for a donation.
Yeah.
They're all over.
Yes, they're all over Del Rio. We're in Victoria. So there's, like I said, 22% of Texas. It's a big population of South Texas that we cover.
Right, and a lot of people think, oh, it's just Bexar County, or maybe it's Bexar and Comal and, Guadalupe, or maybe it...
Bexar, Comal, Guadalupe, Kendall, Uvalde, Valverde. So anywhere up down west of Del Rio, all the way to Del Rio, yes.
Do you have record days, like days where you've had the most donations? Is there anything like that on the record books for you guys?
So on the record books, probably right after 9/11 was the day that we saw the most number of donors. And then, of course, here recently, after the tragedies in Uvalde,
Yes.
we saw a record number of donors those days. So those are days that people come out because of the tragedies. But I want to stress that there's always a need.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single day. And is there ever a day when the donor pavilion is closed?
Well, we're going to be closed only on Christmas Day, but other than that, we'll be open. So
Yeah.
while people are off from school, and are taking off for the holidays, why don't they make time to come out and donate?
Well, and that's exactly what I was saying. I mean, what a better gift. Plus, like you said, yeah, a lot of kids are off. Friday's their last day for a lot of kids around the community. What are the age requirements for somebody to
It's gonna be
donate?
a small pig. Sorry.
Okay.
So 16 and older with parental consent can donate, and then anyone 18 or older can donate on their own.
Do they need to come in with their parents?
Yes, because they will have to sign a form.
Okay. 16 with parent consent, 18 and older, you're welcome.
Absolutely.
So that's a huge chunk of high school kids who are going to be out. Come in with your parents and donate as well.
Yeah, and the parents can donate too.
Yeah. 2-for-1 deal right there. Andrew, how are we doing?
Good. I think you're good. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Yeah, I feel good. Andrew Wilson, by the way, is the photographer on this whole thing, and
Thank you.
he's doing a great job.
So I'm gonna have you apply a little bit of pressure here. Okay.
Okay.
Would you be able to
Yeah.
help me with the mic?
I'll
Sorry.
hold the mic.
Okay, you hold
There
the
you
mic. Okay.
And then up high, 30 seconds. There you are.
Can we grab his T-shirt so he can show off his T-shirt?
Definitely. What size would you like?
XL, please.
You're back.
I'm going to tell you honestly, I feel good. I always feel good after I give blood because, I feel like I've done something important. But honestly, Andrew, I'm guessing your arms from holding that camera are more tired than my arm is right now. I feel worse than my arm right now. So I appreciate you, Andrew, for doing all this. Give a shout out to Andrew Wilson, everybody.
And we'll get your snack too.
And a snack and a Gatorade and all that good stuff. Yeah.
You can bring your arm down. I'm just
Okay.
gonna go ahead and wrap you up.
All right.
And then Hector's getting the shirt.
Okay, awesome.
You. Yeah, I feel good. There was a like I said, a weird sensation about halfway through when the saline first started going back in. Nothing that was that uncomfortable, but you could just feel like it was a little bit different than normal. But I think what blew me away about this experience was just how easy that needle was. Like it just seriously, with the Alex machine, it is just so much easier and so much quicker. And I know in other times, the donation would have taken a lot longer because this is not the first time I've given double. So it's amazing to me, this new technology that's out there and in buses that are probably going to be in your neighborhood or be in your area. And I know the city of San Antonio is doing a lot of stuff
That's right.
this week.
That's right. We're very fortunate to partner with the City of San Antonio, and they're hosting multiple drives this week and next week when the need is very high. So we appreciate that.
Can we just go on the website and find out where all these drives are taking place?
Yep, you can go to our website and click the Schedule Now button, and it'll take you to a map so you can filter by blood drive or fixed site. You can search by zip code, and pretty easy to find one.
And the website is?
southtexasblood.org, or call, and we'll help you find a location convenient for you, and that's 210-731-5590.
Yeah, right in your own neighborhood. All right, show off that shirt.
This is for you, Steve.
I love that. Don't be a Grinch, give blood. Very cool. All
We
right.
want to see you wearing this on air when you're back on.
Oh, on air? I don't think they'll let me wear it on air, but I'll definitely wear it.
Okay, thank you.
And I want to say, okay, this is the deal. We came in here at 2:08 in the afternoon. It is 3:10 and we're done.
So yeah, 26 minutes on. You were 26 minutes on the instrument, so it's
Yeah.
a lot faster than a regular, DRBC. You would still be on the machine.
Yeah.
Maybe about halfway through in a regular collection.
Yeah, so 26 minutes it took for the donation itself. And when I said I got here at 2:08, I walked through the door at 2:08, filled out all the questions, did the pre-screening in the chair, and we are done. So I want to thank everybody that's been watching on our YouTube channel. I want to thank Francine. I want to thank Sal. You guys were great. And give the gift, please. Give the gift of saving lives. Thank you all for joining us.